motherfucker.
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
But
But
now we're gonna get a good. I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look. Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Friday, December 17th, 2021. Hope everybody is having a great week, or had a great week and is ready for the weekend. I know some people's getting ready to start their work week, so hopefully you get off to a great start to your work week. Got a pretty big slate of games to go through today. Got some college football. Actually, one of the games start at here in about 20 minutes, so we'll talk about that game first. Also, we got some pretty big slate of NBA games tonight. Got college bowl games tomorrow. And then NFL games tomorrow and on Sunday. So we got a big weekend in sports. Before we get started, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. That show's live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live at 1 p.m. Eastern every Monday, Wednesday, Friday with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. That show's also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find both those shows in a podcast form on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where we post everything about our shows gets posted to social media. Our daily picks from this show, Easy Money, a sports betting show, go to social media, interview announcements, show changes, anything like that goes to our social media. So follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, don't forget our new pro wrestling podcast, GWR. We'll be starting our weekly podcast / YouTube show after the first of the year. It'll actually be the first Sunday of the new year will be when the first episode drops. We've been doing GWR live here for here for a few months now. We do interviews, we do live shows. So now we're still going to do all that. The interviews are going to be mostly on Tuesdays and Thursdays after the first of the year, and then we're going to do we'll still do the live wrestling shows, and then we'll also have our weekly podcast that comes out. And in the podcast, we'll talk about WWE, AEW, Indiana independent wrestling as a whole. We'll talk a little bit about everything that has to do with wrestling. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com /Gonzalez Sports /merch. We got t-shirts, hats, beanies, a lot of different things on there. You can see some of our t-shirts here behind me. We greatly appreciate it. Go on there and get you some GSR, GWR, Easy Money gear. There's also a donation page at that same link if you'd like to donate to the show to help the show grow. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. But all right, let's jump into some sports. We'll start with the college football just because, like I said, one of the games be starting here in about. Well, I guess it starts at 12:30, so you have just under an hour before the first game. But we'll still go ahead and start with the college football. All right, college football tonight, starting the bowl game season. It's the Bahamas Bowl. You have Toledo against Middle Tennessee State. Toledo is 10.5-point favorites. They're minus 420 on the money line. Middle Tennessee State is plus 370 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 50. Middle Tennessee State is 6-6. Toledo is 7-5. Middle Tennessee State is going to be basically playing their third-string quarterback, and he got benched during the last game, so who knows what they're going to try to do. They lost their starting quarterback due to injury. Then they lost their second string back up, so due to injury. So now they're on their third, and their third string they benched their last game. So who knows what? Nobody knows for sure who they're going to start this game. For Toledo, they're 7-5. They have and Toledo has a strong run game and a good defense. I like Toledo in this game. I think Toledo is going to cover the 10.5. So I like Toledo at the plus 10.5. Over under 50. I'm gonna go with the under the 50. Under the 50 because I think Middle Tennessee's going to struggle to score. I do like Toledo plus the 10.5. The other college football game tonight that we have is Northern Illinois and Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina is 11-point favorites in this game. They're minus 450 on the money line. Northern Illinois is plus 330 on the money line. Over under for this game set at 62.5. Coastal Carolina is 10-2. They average 110 points a game. Or wait a minute, 40 points a game. Sorry, I'm thinking of NBA crap, but never mind. Coastal Carolina averages 40 points a game, 110 points a game in a football game. Damn. But 40 points a game. They have a strong defense and a strong passing game. Northern Illinois is 9-4. They were the MAC champions. They averaged 32 points per game. So both these teams score points. Northern Illinois averages 234 rushing yards a game. I like Northern Illinois in this game. I think Coastal Carolina is probably going to win the game, but I like Northern Illinois at the plus 11 for a couple reasons. One, Northern Illinois has a strong run game, and they can help slow the game down, control the clock, and try to control the ball. And they have an offense that can score a lot of points. So I think I think they'll be able to keep this game close. I think Coastal Carolina will probably pull out the victory at the end. But I look for this to be like a 3 to 7 point game. So I like I like Northern Illinois plus the 11, plus 11 in this game. And I lean toward the over the 62.5 because both these teams can score a lot of points. Both of them average over 30 points a game. I look for that to continue in this game. So I like the over the 62.5, and I like Northern Illinois plus 11. All right, that's all the college football for tonight. There is some. We do have some other bowl games for college football tomorrow. We'll talk about those here in a little bit, and our picks for college football games tomorrow will be posted on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Gonzo Sports Room. Excuse me. They'll be posted on there sometime tonight. Well, by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's usually after midnight tonight, but they'll be up by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So will our NFL picks for tomorrow. We'll talk about those NFL games here in just a second. But we'll give out the official picks for the NFL games tomorrow as well. And then, of course, the same thing on Sunday. By 9 o'clock in the morning, we have our Sunday picks up. Since we don't have live shows, we don't do the sports betting show on Saturday and Sunday yet. That is coming though. But all right, let's jump over to the NFL. Let's talk about the two games we have on Saturday. All right, first game on Saturday is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns. The Raiders are 3.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 190 on the money line. The Browns are plus 160 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 38. The Raiders have not been playing good at all. They've had a weird season. It's been like the last couple of years. Start off strong, and then this year you started off strong. You lost your head coach, and then you went right off the cliff. But the Browns are depleted by COVID. I think they have like 14 players they're going to be missing in this game, possibly. They might get a couple of them back. Looks like Baker Mayfield's probably going to be out, and I think I also heard that Case Keenum is going to be out. So then they'll be on their third quarterback, which I think is Nick Mullins, if I remember correctly. So I don't trust either team in this game because I still think the Browns could somehow beat the Raiders in this game. I do like the over to 38. 38's I know this could be a low scoring game, but I think it's going to get up over 38. I think it's actually going to be a higher scoring game than what people think. So I like the over to 38 in tomorrow's game. I lean toward the Raiders just because of all of the players that the Browns are going to be missing. But sometimes when you have situations like this, teams step up and surprise you. So I'm staying away from the side as of right now, but that could change. Like I said, our official picks will be up tomorrow morning. Then the big game of the night, I think it's the game. I know it's the game I'm looking forward to, and I think it's the game most people are looking forward to is the New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are 2.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 138 on the money line. The Patriots are plus 118 on the money line. Over under for this game set at 45.5. This is going to be a good game. The Patriots have won like 7 in a row. Colts have won like 5 or 6 of their last, I think 6 of their last 8. Both these teams have been hot. Both teams have a good running game. Both teams have pretty good defenses. New England has a rookie quarterback. Colts have first-year quarterback for them in Carson Wentz. I'm kind of surprised the Colts are favorites just because how hot the Patriots have been. But I think that shows that the sports books and most people realize that the Colts are better than their 7-6 record. I mean, they've lost the games they've lost have been close games, and they've blew some games. They should have a better record. I like the Colts in this game. I think this game is going to come down to which quarterback can make a play, and I think Carson Wentz's experience is going to come into play here. I think the Colts are going to get Taylor going and get out to a lead. If the Colts can get out to a lead and try to make Mac Jones beat them throwing the ball instead of having to worry about New England's good rushing attack, I think the Colts will have a lot of success. But I like the Colts here on the money line at the minus 138. I like the over the 45.5 in this game as well. All right, that's all the NFL games for today, or for tomorrow, for Saturday. Then on Sunday, you have a full slate of games. Like I said, our official picks for them will be up on Sunday morning before 9 o'clock, usually sometime after midnight on Saturday night. But anyway, you have the Washington football team at the Eagles. Football team's 12.5 point, or Eagles are 12.5 point favorites in this game. Did the Washington football team lose somebody or something? I think they might have lost their quarterback, didn't they? Because 12.5 is a lot of points. I have to do some research, some more research on that before we give out our picks tomorrow. You have the Panthers at the Bills. The Bills are 11.5 point favorites. Dolphins are 9.5 point favorites over the Jets. Cowboys are 10.5 point favorites over the Giants. Tennessee and Pittsburgh are almost a pick 'em. I lean toward Tennessee in that game, but I also, like I said, I also have to check. There's so many players and stuff going out with COVID that you have to go back through. And if you're betting these games, you're not doing yourself no favors if you don't go through, make sure who's missing, who's in COVID protocols and not going to be playing, because that can be a big deal. And it changes so fast. That's why instead of giving out our picks today, we wait and give them out on Sunday because we can make a pick today, and then by Sunday, half that team could not be playing, and it can make for a tough time for that team. So make sure you're checking to see if new players have been put on the COVID list or on injury reports as well. Because, like I said, it's changing all the time. And I think something happened with Tennessee or with what? Oh, okay, see, that's why Washington is that's why Philadelphia is such a big favorite over Washington. Taylor Heineke has been put on the virus list. I know as of yesterday there was like 75 NFL players on the virus list. I'm not sure how many more have been added since then. But all right. Let's take a look at the NBA games for tonight. First game you have, well, that's on lock, so we'll come back to that one. First game we have is the Denver Nuggets at the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 158 on the money line. The Nuggets are plus 132 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 226. The Nuggets are 14-14. The Hawks are 14-14. So both these teams are 500. Jokic has been carrying the Nuggets because of all the injuries they've had. So the Nuggets kind of go as Jokic goes. Jokic is actually probably having a little bit better season than he had last year during the MVP season. So if he keeps this up, he'll be right up in the running for back-to-back MVP. But yeah, they've been wrecked by injuries. Barton is their second option right now. And usually when everybody's healthy, he's like their fifth or sixth option. That just shows you how depleted that the Denver Nuggets are right now. The Hawks are fourth in the NBA in scoring, but they basically have no defense, which is surprising with Nate McMillan, because that was one of the reasons why the Hawks had to run last year in the second half of the season and in the playoffs was because of their defense stepped up. I don't know what it is. Nate McMillan hasn't found the ingredient so far this year to unlock that defense. They're fourth in scoring. They score a lot of points. In this game tonight, though, I lean toward more I like the over the 226. It scares me that a little bit that the Nuggets have so many injuries, where I would definitely be right on top of them. But I just think the Hawks defense is going to let them down. So even though I have reservations because of the Nuggets injuries, I'm going to go with the Nuggets here at the plus 3.5. I would probably take the Nuggets at the money line if they were just a little more healthier. But I like the Nuggets plus 3.5. On the road in this game. The Hawks just are so inconsistent and their defense is terrible. Next game we have is the Golden State Warriors at the Boston Celtics. The Warriors are 3-point favorites on the road. They're minus 148 on the money line. The Celtics are plus 126 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 214.5. The Warriors are 23-5 on the season. Steph Curry's been having a good year, but what's really helped change the Warriors is the role players. Everybody has fit right into the role great, and they're good defensively. And then they're getting ready to get Klay Thompson back. They'll be getting James Wiseman back at some point. So that's just going to add more depth as for a big guy there. Thompson adds another shooter, which is really going to help. I mean, Steph's playing good now. You add Thompson, that's going to even open up things even more because it spreads the floor even more because you have to have a guy on Thompson because Thompson's one of the best shooters ever that's played in the game. Steph Curry is, on most people's accounts, the best shooter that's ever played the game. I think Steph Curry's a little underrated as a player because I think people just want to think of him as a shooter. But we'll get into that at a different time. But I like the Warriors here. The Warriors are 9-3 on the road this season. The Celtics are 14-14 on the season. Jaylen Brown is back. They're just so inconsistent, and their defense hasn't been what you usually see from a Celtics defense. I like the Warriors here on the money line. I'm not going to mess with the 3 points. Next game is the Milwaukee Bucks at the New Orleans Pelicans. The Bucks are the Bucks are 2.5-point favorites on the road. They're minus 134 on the money line. The Pelicans are plus 114 on the money line. Over under for this game is 218.5. The Bucks are 19-11 on the season. Pelicans are 9-21. The Bucks have gotten better here as of late. They had a lot of injuries at the beginning of the season. Then they went on a run. But now they have. It don't look like they're going to have Giannis or Middleton for tonight's game. Middleton may be back. They're dealing with a COVID outbreak, but they are 13-7 ATS on the season, and they're 7-6 ATS at home. The Pelicans still got worse news. Find out Zion's still a month and a half away from being ready to play. They did get a big win the other day off a half-court heave, and they have played a little better as of late. But they just, even with the Bucks missing some players, I just don't think the Pelicans' defense is going to be good. Offense is going to be able to put up enough points to beat the Bucks because of the Bucks' defense. I like the Milwaukee Bucks here at the money line at the minus 134. Next game is the San Antonio Spurs at the Utah Jazz. The Jazz are 11.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 670 on the money line. The Spurs are plus 490 on the money line. Over under for this game, 226. The Spurs are 10-17 on the season. The Jazz are 20-7 on the season. The Spurs are coming off a 16-point loss to Charlotte. The Spurs are 4-8 on the road. They average 102 points per game. The Jazz have been hot, and they just have so many different scores that can contribute. They've won 8 straight. They're 4-1 ATS their last 5. I like the under the 226 on this game. And then, man, I like the Jazz to win the game, but 11.5 is just a lot of points. So my play on this game would be under 226. All right, next game we have the Los Angeles Lakers at the Minnesota Timberwolves. The T-Wolves are 2-point favorites at home. They're minus 132 on the money line. The Lakers are plus 112 on the money line. Over/under for this game set at 222. The Lakers are 16-13 on the season. They've won 3 in a row and 6 of their last 8. They do have 5 players in health and safety protocols, but LeBron and Davis both should be on the court tonight. The T-Wolves are 13-15. They're 2-5 their last 7 games. They're 7-9 at home. I like the Lakers here money line. I just don't think the T-Wolves are going to have an answer for AD. And the Lakers have been hot. So I like the Lakers money line at the plus 112. I mean, it's hard to pass up that value as the Lakers as an underdog. Next game is the Memphis Grizzlies at the Sacramento Kings. The Grizzlies are 6-point favorites on the road. They're minus 235 on the money line. The Kings are plus 194 on the money line. Over/under for this game is set at 221. The Grizzlies are 18-11 on the season. They've won 4 in a row. Ja Morant is out still. Grizzlies are 8-2 ATS their last 10 games, and they average 111 points a game. The Kings are 12-17 on the season. They're missing players due to COVID as well. They're 7-13 ATS their last 20 games, and they average 111 points a game. I like the Grizzlies in this game, but man, 6 points in the NBA is quite a bit, especially the way the games can end sometimes. I do like the over the 221 in this game. Next game is the Charlotte Hornets at the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers are 2.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 144 on the money line. The Hornets are plus 122 on the money line. And the over-under is set at 230. The Hornets are 16-14 on the season. LaMelo Ball, is, from what reports I'm seeing, is probably going to be back tonight. Hornets are 6-1 ATS their last 7. Portland is 11-18 on the season. They've lost 7 straight. McCollum is still out. They're 1-6 ATS their last 7. I like the Hornets here at the plus 122 money line instead of messing with the 2.5 points. I think the Hornets are going to win this game, especially with Melo being back. And I like the under to 230. 230 is just a lot of points, but I do like the Hornets money line. All right. That's all the NBA games for today. Do have some college basketball. I'll start talking more about college basketball and giving more picks out for college basketball after the first of the year. I just think that's when the college basketball season gets rolling and you start seeing some of the conference matchups instead of some of these bigger schools against small schools. I'm just looking to see if there's any. Yeah, there ain't even hardly none of the big name ones playing tonight. All right, so let's get to my picks of the day before we get out of here. All right, in college football tonight, I like Toledo Toledo minus 10.5. Toledo minus 10.5. I also like Northern Illinois plus 11.5 against Coastal Carolina. Then in the NBA tonight, I like the Golden State Warriors money line against the Celtics. I like the Milwaukee Bucks money line against the New Orleans Pelicans. I like the Los Angeles Lakers money line as underdogs. And then I like the Charlotte Hornets as on money line as an underdog as well. So to recap, I like the Hornets money line, the Lakers money line, the Milwaukee Bucks money line, Golden State Warriors money line, Northern Illinois plus 11.5, Toledo minus 10.5 in college football bowl games tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. That show's live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. With the GSR Gonzo Sports Room. So come join us for that as well. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where we post all the information about our shows, including our daily sports picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show. You can also find Easy Money, a sports betting show, and GSR Gonzo Sports Room in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Follow that social media at Gonzo Sports Room, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where we post all the information about our shows, including our picks from this show. Just everything gets posted there. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Have a lot of content on there. I think we've done what, six or seven pro wrestling shows that we've done that we've live streamed and done live commentary at. So you can find those on our YouTube page. They're actually broke down by each match as well. One of the shows, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi was there. So go check those out on our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell so you get notifications of when we're live. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports /merch. Got a lot of stuff on there. Hats, hoodies, beanies, t-shirts. Got some new stuff getting ready to drop here real soon. So go check us out. You can find that link in the video description or going across the bottom of the screen and the ticker as well. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock tonight, we have a big interview with pro wrestler Josh Morris. We got to see him wrestle this past weekend at MPG Wrestling. Should be a great conversation, so make sure you join us tonight live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at 8 p.m. For that interview. We will be live here in just about 50 minutes, right around 1 o'clock, with GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Come hang with us for that. Got a lot to talk about. Last night's Thursday night football game where the Chiefs end up beating the Chargers in overtime. We'll talk some NBA. We'll talk some Sunday NFL Sunday. Probably talk a little bit of college football as well. So come join us for that here in about 50 minutes on this same channel. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you guys for all the support. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Peace. Oh, one other thing. Forgot before we get out of here is don't forget tomorrow, Lafayette, Indiana, BMFX Seasons Meetings of Christmas Carnage. If you're around the Lafayette area, come watch this show. We'll be there live. We'd like to see a packed house. If you can't be in Lafayette, we'll be live streaming it and doing live commentary, play-by-play on YouTube and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room. So come join us tomorrow evening for that. Hope you have a great weekend. Be safe. Peace.